In this video, we will show you what you need to know to operate the Maeda MC285C spider crane. Eli is here to show you how to set it up on your job site for maximum efficiency, pre-checks, and how to troubleshoot common issues while operating. Remember to always reference the machine's manual. The Maeda spider crane is available for rent at Rent One. If you're looking to rent this Maeda spider crane, call us at 604-706-1568.
Hi, my name is Eli, and this is a quick start guide to your new Maeda MC285 crawler crane. Let's get started. So to start the unit, it's a simple matter of turning the key to the on position, at which point the glow plug light will turn on, and it'll stay on for approximately 5 seconds, especially first thing in the morning. You want to make sure that you wait for that light to turn off. Once that light is off, simply turn it to the start and let the engine start up. It is my recommendation to let the unit warm up for 5 to 10 minutes before using it at the beginning of the day. Now, for traveling controls, you need to make sure that these levers are fully extended. This unit will run the same way as any tracked unit. This stick will control your right hand, this stick will control your left hand. Push them both together, the unit will drive forward. Push them back, unit will drive backwards. It is best to stand off to the side when controlling this unit so as not to run yourself over. To turn, simply turn one handle farther than the other. Some of the basic controls you have on here is your horn and your lights and your throttle. For ease of use, you do want to have the throttle at full throttle at all times. In an emergency, you can push the emergency stop button. This will cut all engine functions and put you in an emergency stop procedure. In order to turn off the emergency stop procedure, simply turn the button, pull up lightly, and release. And that is it for traveling the unit. Next step is I'll show you how to set up the outrigger legs. Each leg is set up basically the same way, so all you have to do is watch here. This is your stow pin. You're gonna grab it, pull it up. This will unlock your leg and allow it to swing out. Move the leg out until these two stickers match up. These two have to be lined up for the pin to drop in. This is the only position that will give you 100% load capacity. There are multiple other positions. However, they will not give you 100% load capacity. These other positions are mainly there if you cannot get into a position where you can load. Next step, deploying the outrigger leg. You want to pull this pin and this pin. This pin must always go in from this side of the leg, the same side as you remove it. Then all you do, lift the leg all the way up to max, slide the pin back in, and lock it in place. There are other configurations, but again, they will give you a lowered load limit. Next step is extending this leg. Pull this pin, pull this pin. Grab and lift until it stops. Reinsert the pin and lock it in place. As with the rest, there are other options for length. However, again, it will also give you another lowered limit. Now I'll show you how to set up the rest of them. You're going to have the unit running, and you're going to drop these levers. That will put you into crane mode. That will allow you to run the outriggers and the crane. This unit does have a long startup time, so please wait until it is completely finished at startup. So to start with, you'll want to make sure that your boom is in the green. If this button is not green, you will not be able to operate your outriggers. These simply indicate that there is no ground contact on your outriggers. And these lights indicate that each outrigger is set up to the correct position. This here indicates your inclinometer. Each outrigger can be moved individually by pushing up and down on each of these buttons. Each one indicates which outrigger you are moving. To move the outriggers in groups, you simply select that button and it'll move either the front two, the rear two, or all of them. So the beeping you hear is that the unit is not level. So let's fix that. All 4 lights are now green. Now that you're done setting up your outriggers, you'll want to go to crane mode, which is home. From here, you have all the vital statistics of your crane. Your boom length, your maximum lifting heights, your actual load, the load that you are allowed to lift in this current configuration, your actual working radius, and the amount that you are allowed to rotate. Over here, you still have a diagram of your outriggers. In the event one of these turns red, it means that one of your outrigger legs has come off the ground and you are unbalanced. At that point, you have to stop your work, lower your load, and get that outrigger leg back on the ground. Down here are your engine warning codes. If there is something wrong with your engine, these codes will light up. Since the unit is off right now, these ones will be lit. This overwinding light is an indicator of your anti-two block system. And this is your load capacity in percentage. If at any time you find that your throttle is too low, check this throttle lever here, make sure it's fully up. So to start with, when you're setting up this unit, you want to drop the hook just low enough that you can unhook it from its stow position. Then you want to drop it down just far enough that the weight comes off of this. Next up, you'll want to raise the boom. Your basic functions are all written here on your levers. So crane up and down, winch up and down, extend in and out, and rotate clockwise and counterclockwise. Those are your basic functions for this crane. This is your optimal working position. Over on that end, between those 2 legs, is your maximum load capacity. So next, I'll discuss the anti-two block system, which is that little block right there. If at any point the winch block touches that block, it will lock you out. This is to prevent you from blocking those 2 sheaves together and damaging the unit and putting yourself in danger. To get yourself out of this, simply winch down until it's no longer touching. If you find yourself in a position where you have the unit 2 blocked, the unit will not let you winch up, extend, or boom up. The unit will allow you to boom down, winch down, and retract. As soon as you are out of the 2 block position, you will have all your functions back again. If you notice your load capacity running up to the top and everything is cut out, that means you are overloaded. Your total load will change as you extend or change your dynamics. This will be calculated by the computer and it will cut you out when it is unsafe. It will still allow you to lower the load with the winch or retract the load. In the event of an emergency, you can push the emergency stop button. This will cut all crane functions and the engine. To release, twist, and pull lightly. You can start the unit from this side. Push up. And to stop it, push down and hold until the engine stops. So to use the remote, simply unclip, put it around your waist, and adjust it to your size. You start by twisting and letting the emergency stop pop out. Push and hold the power button. Ensure that it says enter start sequence. If the screen turns off, push the power button once, and then it push and hold until the logo comes up. This is now your running mode. In order to activate any functions, you must once again push the power button. That will allow you to use any of these paddles. To start the unit, simply push the start-stop engine button. This is your selector. This will select between outrigger mode and crane mode. After each selection, to activate the paddles, you must once again push the power button. To use your function, simply move it in the direction that you would like. Rotate clockwise, counterclockwise. Retract, extend. Winch up, winch down, boom up, boom down. If you want to slow down your functions, you can use this snail button. You have 3 different levels of speed. This is 75%, 50%, and 30%. When the snail button icon disappears, that is at 100%. Displayed here is your load limit. If this reaches the red, that means you are overloaded. It is also displayed here. This icon up here displays your battery power, and this one here is your radio connectivity. This one here is your menu. This one here is your engine start stop. This is your power. In your menus, it will allow you to turn on your crane remote light, your crane lights, and your settings. In order to shut off the remote, simply hit the E-stop. That is it for the remote. So for the stowaway procedure, first you want to retract everything, and then you want to bring the boom around so it's over this console. What you're looking for is to line up these 2 arrows to show that you are centered. Next up, you're going to bring the boom down as far as you can. The crane is going to stop here because this is your lower limit. So what you must do is go into your control panel, activate your stow mode, and push your down buttons. Hook up your hook. You'll always want to make sure that your boom is all the way down till it is level all the way across. Then winch up. Just continue winching up until the hook is tight. And we're still not centered. You'll have to fiddle around with it a little bit. So once you are fully stowed, this light will turn green. After that, you can go into your outrigger mode, and this will allow you to lift your outriggers and stow them all. You want to lift each outrigger until they stop moving. From there, you can collapse each leg. Start on the outside, pull the pin, slide the leg in carefully, reinsert the pin, and lock it in place. Then your second, pull the pin, drop the leg down, insert the pin into the lower hole, lock it in place. Next, your stow arm pin, pull that up, swing the leg in, stow it in place. So one of the common mistakes when stowing it is they let the leg slide in too fast. If this leg slides all the way in freely, there is a chance that it might get stuck there, and you'll have to use a screwdriver to wedge it out. If you're lucky, you'll have enough strength to pull it out by hand, but it makes it harder. So just let it in nice and easy. Put the pin in so it doesn't get stuck. Make sure you close the lid. Now the unit is stowed away. Next thing, if you want to put it back into travel mode, walk back over to this side, push in the clips, pull out the levers, and you're back in travel mode. This is your daily checklist, starting with fuel. Your fuel gauge is on the screen. This is where you fill. Diesel fuel only, low sulfur. You want to check your coolant, your hydraulic level, and that is where you want it to be. Over here is your battery. Checking the battery compartment for any corrosion or spilled battery acid. You also want to check the overall condition of your crane. Make sure that your winch line is not torn or frayed. Make sure that none of your beams are bent and that all the pieces move easily. You want to make sure that all your pins and retainers are there and none of your wires are torn or any exposed hoses are torn. You'll also want to make sure that there are no large gouges, rips, or tears in your track. Only a certified mechanic should be adjusting track tension because you can cause it to basically elastic band itself. On each of the legs, grease these weekly. So here, your extensions, each one, your main boom. There's also your cylinder pivot point here, your upper pivot point right here. The rotation, you'll want to actually grease that while turning. You can use a spray-on grease on the bottoms and the sides. Doesn't need a whole lot, just a nice thin layer every week. Okay, the tops don't need any. You can do the same things for the legs to help them slide in and out more. So this is your accessory box. In here you will find your remote, spare battery, battery charger, wall plug for your battery charger, which is simply inserted in here and then plugged into the wall. You also have cigarette lighter adapter, the same concept of plug. It is recommended to always have your batteries charged so that you have 2 to go every down. Also in here, your operation manual. This is for your remote controller. This one is for your remote receiver, which should be reviewed before use.
Thanks for watching. If you want to rent this or other heavy equipment for your job site, call us at 604-706-1568.
This is your quick start for your Maeda 285MC crawler crane. Hope you enjoyed.